Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. We are back during the international break. Nothing to talk about. Well, for the football fans at least, cricket has been mental, but we won't talk about that. But yeah, international break. We are back for yet another podcast in the 1800 podcast. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am joined, as always, I'm Ani, and joined as always by Matiss. Matiss, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad again. I felt like this international break has come around quickly. We had one a couple months ago, I think. Guess England played, but I mean it's against Malta, and we're playing tonight against North Macedonia. So not games that I'm really riveting to watch. But it's not gone too slowly. But we're back at Ashton Gate this weekend. And now we've got a long stretch until the next international break. I think it's like 13 games or something. And obviously the Christmas period, lots of midweeks. This is the pivotal point in the season, I reckon, and where you need to be picking up a lot of results.
Well, yeah, picking up a lot of results is true, but you know, it's a weird one because we're one of those clubs. Just in there, maybe pushing for a top six spot. Maybe not. We don't know. But just quickly, we will also be doing our kind of updated top six predictions, bottom three predictions. Although I do reckon our bottom three predictions are fairly similar, if not exactly the same, from previous time we did this. Talk about Middlesbrough then. Let's get straight into it. Let's straight into the heart of this problem. There are a lot of things kind of we are unsure about, I think, going into this game. I think we're unsure on how much of the message Manning's message is actually gone across to the players and how much we're actually going to see against Middlesbrough in terms of the style of play and patterns developing. Do you think it's fair for us to kind of hopefully expect certain results already? I know we've had 3 weeks under Manning now, less than that on the training ground, I suppose. Do you think results are to be expected?
I don't know. Obviously, we talked about last podcast where the fans didn't even give him 3 days and they're already on the back of him. But we've had an international break now. Some training sessions. Yes, a couple players went off on international duty, but it's only a couple. So yeah, I think it'd be nice to start to see kind of a style of play being implemented and sort of some changes that are different to what we've seen over the past couple months with Pearson. But the thing is, we're going against Middlesbrough, who are a very dangerous side right now. So I'm not expecting too much, considering it's been 2 weeks, and then it's not the greatest opponent to face in his, I guess you could say, his first proper match, his first game, Ashton Gate, and now he's had a little bit of time as well.
No, I agree. This is probably one of the worst fixtures you could have at this current point because Middlesbrough are just on something else. They've been brilliant recently. We'll talk about the opposition then, I suppose, because that kind of nicely leads us on. Middlesbrough started the season really, really, really poorly. Obviously, they sold Chuba Akpom. They lost some of their key players, Cameron Archer, Aaron Ramsey, Ryan Giles, Zach Steffen. Just really key players to that playoff side last season. They had to replace them. They've signed a lot of players to replace them. It's taken a bit of time to kind of bed in. At one point, it looked like, maybe Carrick was under enormous pressure and, pressure was there to kind of move things forward. But he has got things forward and he's definitely a good manager. Since the 1-1 draw against Sheffield Wednesday, they've won 3, 4, 5. They won 5 on the bounce in the league before the loss against Stoke, and then they drew at Plymouth, and then they only beat Leicester, so not that much of a deal.
I think they got 6 on the bounce. No,
was it 6?
Did I get that right?
It might have been. It was 6 on the bounce. I can't count. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on the bounce. 7 if you include the EFL Cup. So confidence is there. And even though they lost kind of disappointingly against Stoke at home, they have just kind of carried on since then. Draw and then a win. As I said, only a small matter of beating Leicester at home. Not much big deal. Anyone could beat Leicester at this point. But yeah, they look finally. I think, in my opinion, they look like a very good side. Marcus Force, Emmanuel Latte Lath, Morgan Rogers looks good. Sam Greenwood is on loan from Leeds, who looks like a top player. He scored that. Did you see that free kick he scored against Leicester? Ridiculous. I don't know why Leeds loaned him out, actually. Riley McGree, Lewis O'Brien, Dan Barlasser, I could go on, and they're just a very, very strong side and very balanced. And I think they're kind of what we want to be under Manning in terms of, really progressive and a good coach at the helm who's going to get them playing that, style of football, who's going to, really dominate teams. This is going to be a very tough game, but I do also think that Bristol City at home, especially, as long as we, press teams really high and, make it uncomfortable for them at Ashton Gate, and generally we start quite quickly at home. So hopefully with that, we can kind of, put the pressure on Middlesbrough and cause them a few problems, coming into this, as I said, possible underdogs.
Yeah, definitely. And well, yeah, Carrick's been there since last year around October, but this time around last year.
After Wilder last year.
Yeah. And well, yeah, he obviously turned that around, and they had like a similar start to the season as last year as well, and then they ended up finishing 4th. So maybe we see a sort of repeat of that. But yeah, like you said, 6 wins on the bounce. They've only lost 1 in their last 10. And yeah, they've just beaten top of the league. Leicester have lost 2 on the bounce. So Ipswich are actually level on them, which makes things quite interesting. But yeah,
they're not going to get followed.
They're 1 place ahead of us and about 2 points. So it is a big game. It's a big swing. Last year we drew against them twice, so they were relatively close games. But
do you remember who scored in the home games?
It was Sam Bell, and
he never scores. He never scores. No, he never scores. Don't look it up. He never scores. Don't look it up. He never scores. He scored 1 goal this season, and he's more famous for his
Naismith.
No. He's really funny. He's a really funny character amongst the fan base.
Was it Joe Williams? Did Joe Williams score this season? No, he didn't.
No, last season, I meant. Last season.
He scored 1 goal last season, and that was it?
Yeah, he came in January.
He came in January 2022? Or 23? No.
23. January 23. He scored 1 goal against Middlesbrough last season at home.
Something tells me I'm meant to. Is it Big Harry Corns?
There we go.
He only scored 1 last season.
I think so. I mean, I'll check. I'm fairly confident.
How many he scored this season? I think has he got 2? No, he's about Plymouth.
He scored against Plymouth. I was there. What a night!
That was
the best night of my life. Well, he scored against Oxford in the cup, and he scored an own goal last season, and that counts.
I was there. I was at that game. It was Watford, right?
Watford away. It counts.
Yeah. I was there. Oh, I remember seeing that.
One of the most forgettable away days in my life.
But yeah, it's
you were saying?
Yeah. Yeah, they obviously got playoffs last year. They're an amazing team. Lost a few players, but like you said, they recruited well. Greenwood's their top goal scorer right now as well. They're gonna be tough. They have a couple injuries, but I don't think they're very massive for them. I mean, we have more right now. We still have quite a few players, but big Rob Atkinson is back in training, so it's good to see. I don't see him come back this weekend, but he'll slowly get back to match fitness. But we have a starting 11 to put out there in their positions. But yeah, I think we can go out there, high energy, like we always do. Maybe a bit, Liam Manning ball, and maybe get some more points on the board. Keep the unbeaten streak under Manning going. Of one against 23rd. But yeah, it's we've had mixed results this season. I mean, we all know we've won 6, lost 6, but yeah, our home form as well. It was poor towards the start, but then we got that big win at Plymouth, and we beat Coventry, and then obviously Sheffield Wednesday. Then we also threw away that Stoke game.
What Stoke game? I don't remember.
A lot of people have lost to Stoke recently. Stoke have won away.
I don't want to be reminded of it. That's all I'm saying.
Otherwise, in the international break, like players coming back, Sam Bell got called up to the it's called the elite squad.
It's something ridiculous. It's called something ridiculous. I can't.
But I think it's just the under 21s or the under 20s.
The under 20s or something like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
he started against Italy.
Like the men's elite squad.
So yeah, that's good to see. I mean, they lost 3-0, but he started.
Well, yeah, it's minutes. It's good for him. And then also Knight started and played against the Dutch. There's a picture of him against Van Dijk.
Yeah,
as well. And that was the situation. I remember.
It's like the best player in the world than Virgil van Dijk.
But I remember you said in the last international break when we did a pod on the championship as well, and also previewing a game, you mentioned that like the Ireland had to lose the game to go qualify, and they had to do that again for this match, because if they won or drew, I think Greece would have gone ahead. But how it works is that now that Netherlands is there, the next teams is whoever is the highest ranking in world football, and Ireland are above Greece, so they actually get a chance.
No, they're out. They're out.
They're out
because they're 9 points behind and they've got no games left.
But I thought they go into playoffs. The fourth, like the next one down. I'm pretty sure.
But then, even if that's the case, they're 6 points behind Greece.
Yeah, but they choose that team based off the highest ranking in the world football. Yeah, which is really strange. But because Ireland is ranked higher than Greece, they go. I heard. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone can fact check that and then comment it. But
no, Ireland are 58th. Greece are 51st.
Okay, then I've watched something completely, something dodgy.
I don't know where you're getting. You're getting.
Ignore me. Ignore me.
Mark Sykes didn't come off the bench either, so that was a complete waste of a call up. Cheers, Stephen Kenny. What pointless exercise that was.
No, he warmed up at half time. It's good pitch experience.
We saw Virgil van Dijk plays all on.
Yeah.
Great experience. Oh, actually, if he plays against New Zealand tomorrow, that's all right, but don't get injured.
We cannot afford no.
I cannot.
Anyway, we're kind of waffling again. We'll do our predictions. We'll do our predictions.
Go.
For the game.
You go first.
Okay. I wanna say we won't lose for this game, just because Manning's first game, Ashton Gate. Yeah, we have some injuries, but we can put a first team out there, high press, creating chances. I feel like Conway hasn't. Well, obviously we address like the lack of goal scoring threat, but Conway is a finisher. I don't think we can necessarily blame our attack, because Conway, we know he's a great striker. He just hasn't really had the chances to do anything. And like our XG, I think is pretty. But I think our XG is similar to what we've scored, but we just haven't scored enough. We've scored the fourth least goals, or disregarding the relegation zone, the second least goals in the league. So yeah, it is poor. Hopefully we can change that around. But yeah, prediction, I say we draw. And I'm gonna go for 1-1 similar to last year when we went away from. I think Vyman scored in that game. The away game.
Yeah.
I was near the start of the season. So yeah, I'll go 1-1 and Jason Knight on the score sheet. And we get a point, another point for Liam Manning, and it is a tough game. So I'd definitely take a point going into this.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I would take a point. I would be happy with that. Middlesbrough a tough side. I know people might say, "Well, look at the league table, and they're only a couple points ahead of us," but they've just been on a roll, really, and they look like a top 6 side, which we will come on to, and they look like serious challengers. I think we can catch them a little bit cold, maybe after an international break. They might be a little bit, I think they've got players, kind of everywhere internationally, so they might be, coming back a little bit tired, and hopefully that plays into our advantage because we've only got Knight and Sykes. Maybe is it Max? Is Max away? He's not going to play, so I don't think. Yeah. Maybe Max is away. I don't know. But I saw someone say the other day, Max O'Leary is about as Irish as I am Lebanese, and I'm going, he's not Irish at all. You can pretend how much you want. Talking of not, being actually from the country you play for. Jada Silva called up for Wales. It's ridiculous. Like, he's not even Welsh.
What?
Listen to the bloke.
I did not see that.
Like fully English. It's mental how many players are taken away from us. I mean, they're not very good. They're not going to play for England, but still. Reason they play for Wales. Anyways, love Jay. Great player. Waffling again. I'm going to go for... I think I might see a repeat from last season as well, but on the home fixture. I'll go 2-2. I think...
Think we can score 2 goals?
Maybe that confidence is there after being on the training ground for 2 weeks, which they've have you seen the Bristol City Twitter account or Instagram, whatever? In the last 2 weeks, they've just gone on and on.
They're bombarded of these clips and video. And any finish is like, what a finish! It's like they're celebrating a goal in a match, and it's like Matiss scoring in the bottom right.
And emphasizing the fact that they've been working for 2 weeks, unlike Nigel Pearson, who wasn't working.
No, well, we'd hope to see our players training during an international break. I mean,
I hope they're not at home eating ice cream on the sofa doing nothing. That sounds like a life. Anyway, 2-2. I think we can score 2 goals. Call me mad. Oh, I don't know. I reckon we have it in us. Maybe Sam Bell, maybe he gets a goal. That'd be nice for his confidence. Tommy Conway, hopefully. Maybe someone from midfield. Knight, James, Williams. Well, if he's fit, I don't know. We don't know Joe Williams anymore. I think 2-2 is reasonable, and I think we can catch them on a bit of a cold day as they're coming back from international break. I think that's it.
Also, I just want to add, I just feel like, I think we addressed it in the last podcast as well, but we're second. We have the second best defense in the league, like in terms of goals conceded. We're level with Leeds and only one goal average per game. And the fact that we've had like players injured and we've switched our to the pairing of the centre backs like quite a few times. I feel like with Dickie Viner, Naismith, and we moved Pring for one of the games as well. Like relatively, that is pretty impressive. But we need to be putting them back in the net. But yeah, I guess there's predictions done, and hopefully we pick up a point, and hopefully good reception for Manning. I'd like to see him like. I think a lot of fans have mentioned as well, like maybe coming to the fans more and creating kind of like more of a relationship with the fan. I feel like obviously Nigel, he's his own character. We all love him, but he's not that type of guy to, do the clop punches or like stuff like that. But I can't imagine Nigel with his crutches like punching.
He'd break someone's jaw doing that. Like he'd break Tommy Conway's jaw doing that. I think I'd like to see that relationship with the fan being kind of built up over the years. Obviously, if we win against Middlesbrough, and we win like convincingly or something and really dominate them, then obviously go ahead, do something. Just build that relationship with the fans. Because at the moment we're a bit split on Manning, aren't we? on the Manning, this is a great appointment side. Some people are still, unconvinced, which is fine. Although the reasoning for some of that unconvincement or just general kind of negativity is a bit odd because you're trying to compare apples and pears with him and Pearson. But if you can get, a good win and, hopefully get that rapport building with the fans, that'll be a great way to get them on side. So hopefully we see that. Not much to add from me on Middlesbrough.
Before we go, I reckon we should maybe give our next block of 5 for the Robins, and we don't have to go into too much depth, but maybe just like a quick overview and how many points we expect, because we did that before, and I think went a bit below under par, obviously with the draw against QPR. We can have a look at our next 5 games. We obviously have Middlesbrough this weekend. Then we go Southampton away on a Wednesday night, Norwich home, Huddersfield away, and then Blackburn away on next 5 games. So what do you think for those?
Well, we've talked about Middlesbrough. I do think we can sneak a point in there because of the timing of it. Southampton away is going to be really, really tough, especially if they have a fit Ross Stewart. I don't care how good our defence is. Ross Stewart is Premier League quality on his day. So we'll probably lose there. Norwich at home. A lot of weird scenarios at Norwich because if they sack their manager, I'll be a little bit less confident. But if they don't sack David Wagner, they still have a poor form, run of foot poor form. I do think we can win that, especially Ashton Gate as well. Huddersfield away, you mentioned about, not being very good against teams down the bottom. Huddersfield will be looking at this fixture and going, we can get 3 points there, so that might be tough, especially away from home. But if we want to be challenging, we need to win those sorts of games, no disrespect to Huddersfield. And then Blackburn away, they're very good attacking. They've got Sammy Smodic, who's definitely going to want to score against us. I don't know. That might be another toughie. But again, Blackburn are very inconsistent, and we battered them at their place last season. We really, I know it was only 3-2 in the end, but we really just played them off the park and did really well. Yeah, might be tough. Looking at 5 points, maybe 6 at a push. Definitely win against Norwich. I think you have to circle that in as a must win. Point against Middlesbrough, that's 4. Maybe a win at Huddersfield, but that will again, as I said, be a tough one just because we're Bristol City and don't do things the easy way. Maybe a point against Blackburn. I don't much hope. I did say after the international break we've got a tough run of fixtures to come. So those games against QPR and Sheffield Wednesday were really, really crucial in terms of just banking those points and then going into the international break after the international break a little bit less pressure on us to get points, because then if we're really close to the kind of bottom 6 bit region, then we can just kind of tick them along. But this could be tough, I reckon. What say you?
Yeah, I do think we can get a decent amount of points. I'd say I'd be very happy with 8, which could, if we get a point against Middlesbrough and a win against Norwich, and then either a win at Huddersfield away or Blackburn away, then that's 7 points, which is also good. And then perhaps a point at either Huddersfield or Blackburn, and then a loss at Southampton away. So I feel like 7 points I'd also be happy with. So yeah, a point in Middlesbrough, a loss against Southampton, then a win at Norwich, and then a win at Huddersfield or Blackburn, and maybe a point in the other one. So yeah, I feel like it is a tough run of fixtures, but it'll put the team to the test, and I'm interested to see how we'll face out, and hopefully Liam Manning can implement style of play. We can see some more attacking football. Be interesting the Huddersfield game, because that's in a few games' time, so it'll be after a bit more time with Manning, and we can see how our style of play has changed to put away these teams. I feel like he'll notice like how hard we have made it, and that we just need to secure the 3 points when we play these teams. But like you said, going into that QPR game is
just quickly. We've played Southampton 4 times in the league. since 2008. We've won 4 times. I know, and twice was in their promotion season in 2011-12 as well. So
scrap that. We draw at Borough, win at Southampton, win at Norwich, win at Huddersfield, draw at Blackburn. So call that an unbeaten 5.
Unbeaten 5 on top of the two before, so unbeaten 7.
Exactly.
That'll be
I do want a back-to-back win though. I feel like maybe a Norwich and then a Huddersfield. I feel like we need a back-to-back win or just some sort. We can't get one back-to-back win in a whole calendar year.
It's just not going to happen, is it?
Yeah. Well,
this is Bristol City we're talking about. This is not going to happen. We've come so close. This is not going to happen now.
And how long is this penalty thing? I bet it's going to go on for the next season as well.
I cannot wait to get shafted against Middlesbrough yet again. Not yet again against Middlesbrough, but just yet again in general. Because we've been denied some stonewallers in the past, this season and back end last season as well. But yeah, we're winning against Southampton. We're winning against Norwich. We're winning against Middlesbrough, Huddersfield. Win. Why not? Blackburn 5-0. Sammy Smodic can stick it. Joking. No, I'll take 1-4. I think 7 is like kind of maximum. I think 7, but I think realistically 5 would be about right in 5 games. I know that's not great, but just what we are at the moment. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for Man anxieties to come across. That's why I'll take 5 points from these next block of 5, and then afterwards we've got a few home fixtures in there which look moderately. No, they look difficult as well.
No game is no. I don't think we can ever go into the game and be like, "That's 3 points." I know it. Because
are you saying that because it's a championship, or are you saying that because it's Bristol City?
I think I'm saying it for both, but especially because we are Bristol City, and even if it's like all the odds are on us, I'm still not going to be extremely confident.
Lose on penalties that way, not the Forest Green Rovers, you know.